Don't ask questions, just do it. That's what they said as their hand motioned the termination of our abrupt discussion. It was said so quickly and with such a strong authority that I was left stunned for a moment. I was given a firm warning that certain attitudes have the power to take me down if they wish to. The warning wasn't correction towards me. I had done nothing wrong. It was a caring warning to be more aware of my surroundings, as I have been selected as the center of someone else's bad attitude. I am to do as I'm told in order to give way to poor behavior, and I can't ask questions or try to attain resolution? What? I've been in this fight before. I know it well. The place of feeling hurt that people you have done no ill to are turning on you out of jealousy and identity issues. The place of feeling sad that some will take a friendly personality as a negative or threatening trait. The place of feeling angry that people are more willing to sit and gossip about you than they are to sit and chat about their frustrations with you. The place of feeling frustrated that you can't address the silent treatment or the dirty looks you get because conflict resolution is not a feasible option. The place of feeling powerless because no matter how you act or what you say or how you change, there is always something displeasing about you to them. The place of feeling anxious about crossing paths with them without anyone else being around to see the interaction. The place of wanting to quit because you hate senseless drama. The place of wanting to knock people in the head and force sense into them. The place of wanting revenge. So you plan to look a little extra good and be a little extra appreciated just to piss them off a little. Oops, did my flash take over? I can't say I was oblivious to said attitudes, but I was caught off guard as I heard the authoritative words spoken at me. Suddenly, not being the center of attention triggered a dislike for my presence. I'm too friendly, too pretty, I'm praised too much in conversation. I won't deny that I too would be bothered if I suddenly felt my acknowledgement at work was dumped by a newbie. And this is why it's so important for our identity to be found in God's honest love for us instead of finding it in what we do or how we look. So, what are you to do? How are you to approach a workplace situation that has left no room for discussion? Here are 6 steps. Number 1, acknowledge the issue. Try and find out what has caused the issue. Is it something you said or did that you can apologize for? Maybe you can change your approach. Is it your attitude or your body language towards them? How can you change so that you are more open and welcoming? If you are stuck in a case like mine where the issue is jealousy, then take a look at your behavior and what you can do to simmer the situation. I have started being more aware of when and how I give an opinion, regardless of whether the conversation is medical or personal. Sometimes not giving a solution allows the other person to feel needed in problem solving. I ensure I am not left alone with said individuals to avoid any tension or situations that put me at risk of being accused. And I have started being more aware of how often I enter their work zone. Is it helping? I don't know, but I feel better. And at least I see the dirty looks less as I avoid their workspace. Number 2, seek conflict resolution. Conflict resolution should always be a priority when issues arise. If you don't feel safe or heard in the situation, ask a neutral party like a supervisor or manager to sit in the conversation. This is a great approach to conflict resolution. You never want to come off as aggressive or defensive, so make sure you rehearse what you want to say so that tone does not get the best of you. In my situation, I have been forewarned that conflict resolution is not an option with said individual. So unless there's an escalation in environment, I will be focusing on a different approach, which leads to number 3. Stick to your job outline. Sometimes conflict arises because others feel you make them look bad or not needed. I am known for always wanting to help people wherever I can while I'm waiting for a client, but this has proven to be a touchy issue with some. Not everyone wants help, and even if they're struggling, sometimes they just want to do it on their own. I am currently working on reminding myself and my coworkers that if they want help, I'm available. But if I am not asked by them to do a task, I will no longer take the initiative in completing it for them. It may sound like taking a step backwards because leadership is a good trait, but in an office environment like mine, you need to know your place and you do not step on someone else's toes. Number 4, build honest relationships. Most people like me. They like my humor, they like my friendly personality, they like that I'm not afraid to lend a hand, and they really like the outcome of my work and how it makes their day easier. People know I'm honest, they know I will be firm when needed, but that I will not lash out in attitude or be demanding. I also try and make it clear that if there is an issue with how I have done something, I have no problem with having a conversation to correct it. Having a large group you know and enjoy being around with helps you put out fires that maybe started about you. You don't have to fight for yourself when you have a crowd that believes in you and wants to keep you around. Let them stand up for you and let your character speak for itself. Number 5, don't fuel the fire. I absolutely want my flesh to take the reins and go pursue a conversation where it is not welcomed. I want to be more aware of how well dressed I am at work to bug said individuals' jealousy a little. These are not godly reactions. As much as you may want to fight back or be passive aggressive, take the higher road and do not fuel the fire. We gain nothing from making a situation more heated, especially when you have to work together. And number 6, give it to God and let Him work. Stop replaying scenarios in your head. Stop daydreaming about telling said individual off. Stop escalating negative emotions toward them. Our behavior changes based on what our mind does. So if you spend your evenings thinking ill of people who bother you, your behavior towards them will change for the worse. Instead, try laying down your anger and the situations at the cross. Hand them over to God and give Him control. Let God carry you. Ask Holy Spirit for guidance and wisdom and how to approach the situation, how to address your coworkers. It may not make the situation disappear, but it will give your mind and heart peace. Pray for His presence to follow you and fill your workplace, and for protection from attacks so that they would be pushed away. When we're feeling most powerless, prayer becomes our most powerful tool. Have you encountered personality issues at your workplace? How did you handle it? Leave your thoughts on a comment below.